here's what you need to know. Confirmation bias. People are going to look for evidence to support what they already believe. They're going to ignore or minimize evidence that goes against their beliefs. We see this in politics all the time with the likes of Donald Trump, Joe Biden. Of course, he just quit. Probably should update this PowerPoint to put Kamala's face on there. But here's the point. No matter what you think about these people, you're going to filter any evidence or stories that come up about them through your filter that says, I hate Joe Biden, or I hate Donald Trump, or I love Joe Biden, or I love Donald Trump. And then you're going to believe whatever you want to believe because it's going to confirm what you believe. And you're going to ignore and minimize evidence. Now, why did I tell you the story about the Holiday Inn Express earlier? Well, because that's what's happening with this Holiday Inn Express showerhead. Remember the story. There was a sign on the counter when I checked in. There was a sign next to the television in the main room. There was a sign on the counter in the bathroom, or the vanity, I guess you call it. And then there was one literally hanging from the dadgum showerhead itself. And here's what's happening. They're using confirmation bias to their favor to make you like this showerhead, because I want you to consider, if there was no sign on the counter or next to the TV or in the bathroom on the counter or hanging from the shower, here's what would happen. You would get in the shower the next morning when it was time to get cleaned up. You would take a shower and you would pay zero attention to the showerhead. You wouldn't pay any attention to it. You would pay no attention to it. Here's why. There's so many things that are in your normal course of experience that you can't pay attention to them all. So here's what they've done. They said, let's make people pay attention to this one thing. Now, they did surveys over at the Holiday Inn Express. Here's what they found. They found that when they did surveys without using signage, that people rated the showerhead 4.5 stars out of 5. In other words, it was good. It's great. No problem. Loved it. Whatever. Then after they showed the signs 4 different times, people rated it 4.95 stars. They rated it higher. People liked the same showerhead higher after being told to look at it. This is what I call pointing at the showerhead. What you've got to do is you've got to find the things that you do really, really well, the reasons that your customers love you, articulate them in a way that come alive, and then you have to help the prospect visualize your advantages, okay? This is what I call pointing at your showerhead. What are the things that you do well that you want people to notice? Because if you do not point at them and you don't tell people and you don't tell your story, guess what? They're not going to pay attention, and you're not going to get credit for all the things that you do great, and you're going to look like everybody else.